National Soccer Coaches Association of America courses are designed for teacher coaches, whose role is to help players improve. This DVD is designed for coaches who are coaching age groups which play 8v8 soccer, coaches who might use 8v8 in practice sessions, and coaches who plan on attending the Nscaa Advanced National Diploma course. The reason 8v8 is becoming a popular format all over the world is that it bridges the gap between small-sided games and the full 11v11 game. Here in the US, 8v8 is utilized primarily for players 9 to 11 years of age. The 8v8 game also presents many technical and tactical teaching opportunities for coaches and older players, depending on which system of play is utilized. As an interim step between small-sided games and 11v11, 8v8 has enough numbers to provide a clear picture of how to implement the principles of the game within various team shapes. This DVD will also illustrate how different playing systems within the 8v8 format enable coaches to teach attacking and defending principles of the game. Nscaa instructors do not advocate static positions, but rather that coaches understand the importance of positioning and how correct spacing and movement is achieved through the use of the 1-2-3-2, the 1-3-3-1, the 1-3-2-2, and the 1-2-4-1 playing formats. The Nscaa instructors do not utilize any drills in this program. The instructional model used is entirely coaching in the game methodology, in which the instructors utilize the ebbs and flows of the game itself to reach the players. This is considered a much more effective way of transferring practice to the actual game. It should be noted that due to the educational nature of this DVD, the Nscaa staff instructors will provide far more instructional stoppage and dialogue than they would normally give the players. This is a necessary feature of coaching education programming, and coaches are reminded of the importance of flow in practices. Players should be allowed long periods of uninterrupted play where they can learn from each other and from the game itself. One of the most popular and effective player developmental models is the 8v8, in which both teams play a 1-2-3-2. The 1-2-3-2 shape provides the following. The shape creates a series of natural triangles and diamonds around the field, which presents the players with angled passes. Angled passes enable players to play sideways on. A clear penetrating pass from center back to center forward. 2 targets for players to hit front and rear. Players in support positions if a pass to center forward is not on. Width provided by number 7 and number 11 will give the attacking team the option of playing through the middle of the field or go around the outside. The defenders cannot defend central space and flank space at the same time. It's an excellent shape for teaching center backs and center forwards to play together. It teaches wide players to cover the entire length of the touchline so they are a fullback, midfielder, and winger. It's an excellent shape for teaching the principles of attacking and defending.
Hello, what we want to look at today is a system of play that we feel is an effective system of play with the younger children, the 2-3-2 shape, and we're going to look specifically right now at the attacking principles of play. I'm going to concentrate my energies on the orange team and see if we can highlight the basic principles of play: penetration, width, support, mobility, and improvisation. Okay? All right, so boys, you can put your t-shirts on, put your pinnies on. Orange are going to get kick-off, so you guys are going to just drop off outside the center circle. Just so you're clear, if the ball goes over the sideline, don't chase one, get the nearest one and get it ready to throw in. If I say stop, stand still, please freeze. Okay? All right, boys, are we ready? Simple game. Let's keep it going and play.
When play begins, Coach Sayward allows the game to establish a rhythm of play before stopping and making coaching points.
And stop, freeze, stand still. Ball back there. Ball back there. Now, when you receive that ball, what I'd like you to do is settle it. All right? And now what I'd like us to think is, yes, if we can penetrate, certainly, let's do that. But let's see if we might have to go around them, because right now, the whole of the blue team is ahead of us. So we need to try and find a way to pull them apart. So good, you go out wide, Clark. I'd like you to get in the hole right between these two midfield players. Perfect. Find that gap. My left midfielder, could you go away a little bit? Excellent. So now, as you settle that ball, I'd like you to think about now, can we penetrate by passing rather than just whacking the ball? So there's a good pass there. If the ball goes in there, Clark, what are you thinking? Give it to him. What can you now do? Cross it and we score off your cross. Stop, Clark, thank you. So ball back to me. Excellent. So if you hold your width, which is the second principle here, width in attack, we want to try and pull them apart. So now, you make sure that you get on that defender and between these two. So as I give him the ball, I want you now, we're live off your touch. Ready? Play.
Coach Sayward clearly illustrates the way the 2-3-2 shape teaches players to make important choices and implements important principles of the game. In this case, the right flank player goes wide and the center forward gets aligned in front of the first attacker. The blue left flank player must choose between taking away the pass to the forward or marking the flank player, but he cannot do both. The 2-3-2 shape puts defenders in this predicament all the time.
Play into his feet. Good. Where's Clark? Play on. Keep the ball. Good. Well done. Play on. And a goal kick.
Coach Sayward, in this correction sequence, directly refers to two of the more critical principles of the game, penetration and width. Teams that do not have width will have a difficult time penetrating the opposition. The beauty of the 2-3-2 system is that it presents players with simple visual cues of when to penetrate and when to play wide.
And stop, stand still. Good. So now, can the fullback that went forward, you guys push forward. Now, as can you get pressure on him? Get the ball on your left foot. Clark, that's it. Now stop. If he turns, what do you think the problem is? He could get stripped and suddenly we're in trouble. So what I'd like you to do, come across and now relieve pressure. Sometimes we've got to play backwards in order to play forwards. And I want you to all try and recognize that moment where a player has a difficult time turning. And if you're available, get yourself behind him at 45 degrees, about 10 yards away to receive a back pass. Now, if you're on the ball, can you now play forward? Yeah. Absolutely. So now we can penetrate because we've supported the ball correctly. So we're going to play the ball here. Can you go over there? As the ball goes there, I want you to get into support and talk to him. Ready? Play. Good. And stop, stand still. So now what should you read as the ball switches? Yeah, and deep. Good. If he doesn't get there, who else can you use?
Goalie.
Good old goalkeeper, yeah? Don't forget the goalkeeper's useful. If we're under severe pressure, we can relieve pressure back there. So come in again. We'll restart that with Clark. I'm going to play the ball to Clark. Come over here quickly. No, you were up there on the halfway line. Right, you ready? So don't forget to talk. On his touch, the game's live. Play.
In this stoppage, Coach Sayward is referring to the second principle of play, which is support. Simply put, the first attacker needs supporting players to make themselves available to receive a pass. Players with no support will become isolated with no options.
And stop, stand still. Clark, that was a terrific one-touch pass that relieved pressure. And now we've got the ball under control and we can now play forward. That's terrific. All right, play on.
If there is no pressure on the ball by an opponent, the first attacker can pass the ball forward, and so supporting players can be ahead of the ball. If there is pressure on the ball so the first attacker cannot go forward, then teammates must support behind so the first attacker has an option. Ultimately, the last attacker players can use for support is the goalkeeper. Clearly, the right flank player has grasped the concept of width and is moving towards the touchline immediately upon the goalkeeper receiving the ball. Unfortunately, his technique breaks down at the critical moment.
And there's an example of technique letting us down. Excellent, well played.
One of the things for a coach to consider in the 2-3-2 is how to position the forwards once the ball has gone past them. By coming across the field to the side where their team is defending, the forwards put themselves in a position that anticipates giving their backs an easy outlet pass when they win the ball back.
Try not to give it away, Clark. That's okay.
Another important aspect of the 2-3-2 is that it puts the back players under pressure, especially if the opposition also plays a 2-3-2. Players develop better technically when they are under pressure, and in this instance, the two back players are under so much pressure from the two center forwards that they use the goalkeeper to relieve pressure. This forces the goalkeeper to use his feet, which ultimately will make him a more complete player. This throw from the goalkeeper to the wide player sets up a passing scenario which illustrates the fourth principle of the game, mobility. As the right flank player receives the ball, he looks up and sees the center forward running to get behind the opponents. By doing this, the center forward is illustrating mobility, which refers to the constant running by players who do not have the ball behind defenders to unbalance the opposition.
What you just saw was an example of a 2-3-2 shape where we were able to implement the three main principles of attack: penetration, width, and support. We touched upon improvisation and a little bit of mobility, but the three major ones that we were able to get in early on were effective.
With the current emphasis in the United States on small-sided games, the Nscaa would like to show you an 8 versus 8 model as a transition into 11 versus 11. We're going to take a look first of all at the 2-3-2 system as it relates to a 3-4-3 system.
Coach Peter Broadley emphasizes the relationship between the shape of small-sided games and how they can relate to the 11v11 game. In this particular instance, he looks at the similarities between the 2-3-2 and the 3-4-3. The coach can practice many of the movements of the 3-4-3 in a 2-3-2 format.
Okay, ladies, put on your pinnies, please, if you will. And we'll start with a kickoff right here. And play. Take a throw, Blue. Take a throw. Get wide for her. Get wide. And stop there. Stop there. Pull back to the fullback. Now, if you come into this space, look at me here. If you come into this space and bring this defender with you, it's going to be difficult for us to get the ball out of the back. So come with me, would you? Defender, come with us. Really want you to open up this space in here so we have a chance to be able to play out of the back. And now look in front of you, you've created some nice space to be able to receive the ball. So if you will take this player away first, and then check towards the ball to receive it right in there. Can you do that? Yeah. All right, let's try it, okay? So take her away first, and check in, and touch forward, and we're going to play from there. Let's go back one more time. Good. Let's go back one more time. And we're live on her first touch, okay? Ready? Take her away. And play.
Coach Broadley stops the exercise to show the central midfield player one of the benefits of playing in a 2-3-2, and that is the triangulation which occurs between the two center backs and the central midfielder, and the central midfielder and the two center forwards. In this particular scenario, the midfielder is able to receive an angled pass from the right center back, which enables her to get sideways on. The sideways on position means that she can get half turned and relay the ball to the center forward.
And orange throw, orange throw. Let's make sure our outside midfielder takes the throw, please. Outside midfielder takes the throw. Back defender, come on back into where you need to be. And stop there. Hold on there. Now again, same thing applies here as back in our half here. Okay, you're going to take your own space away too soon. So hold away a little bit. Come away from the ball. And the same with our forward. If you'll work away a little bit from the ball to be able to create some spacing here. Okay? We want that space to be able to get the ball from the throw-in if we can. You can take the defender towards the goal line to create some space in front. You can take her away from the ball to create space in here. Okay? So start back inside where you were. So you're going to check away and then check to the ball, and you can throw the ball to whichever one you like. Okay? Off you go.
Leaving spaces available and open is important in the 2-3-2. As illustrated here, if the ball goes to the right center back, she has a penetrating pass to the center forward. But if the central midfield player moves into that passing lane too early, it cuts off a very good passing option. Coach Broadley brings out 2 coaching points. The first being the backs in a 2-3-2 or a 3-4-3 rarely come deep into the attacking half of the field due to the threat of the counterattack, and because it can take them from an important support position. If a back does go forward, another player should replace her at the back.
Ball right here, please. Okay. Come across right here where you were. Can you come back inside where you were? That's good right there. Now, as you see this ball working its way across the back here, so you're going to play the ball in here, I want you thinking on the outside about getting as wide as you possibly can and showing for it early. All right? Make sure you show early. So watch the path of the ball here. Let me see your movement as the ball's traveling across the back. Can you show us that? Okay, off you go. Play across. Can you show wide for it early? Good. All right. So that's the sort of movement we want to see from that outside midfielder there. Okay. Have the ball back here. Start back inside where you were. Defender, come this side of her if you will. There we go. And it's live now on your first touch. Okay. And play. Off we go. Good. Play on. Well played. Can we win that, Orange? Can we win the ball, Orange? And stop, freeze there. Freeze there. Hold on. Well played at the back. Let's give the ball back to our back here, can we? Full back. Good. And if you'll come across a little bit for us where you were. Very nicely done. Well done, by the way. Now, our midfield and our backs here, can you pay attention for me a second? You really need to be thinking about how we're going to play this ball out of the back, okay? And what you can do to try and support this effort here. That's a very nice ball played forward. Great reception of the ball, but there's no support. There's no support from a midfielder or from one of our backs stepping forward. So as you see that ball played forward, you might possibly be able to step into this space to then be able to play the ball through for you to make a run. So let's take a look at that pattern right here. So as you play the ball up, just play it slowly for us here. Can you step into that space now and support? And support into here, lay it back here. Now stop there. As she does that, you're now bending your run through. Make sure you don't run offside for a through ball play through to her there. Can you try and just slip it through there? Off you go. Good. All right. Okay, let's start with the ball back at the fullback. Just walk through that one time here. Go ahead, play the ball in. And stop there, hold on. Make sure you start a little deeper. Take her away first before you check back. Back again. Good. Take her away and then check back into the space. Good. Support that pass. You're looking to make your run. Can you go? And off you go. Play, play. Good try, okay. All right, keeper's ball here. And stop there. Let me have the ball here, can I? Ball here to me. Thank you. Okay. Now the 2-3-2 is also good for us to be able to show how the center midfielder may support the forwards and able to get the ball wide. So let's just take a look at this situation here. Okay, so if we can have our back player now, you're going to play a ball up to our target, and we're going to work with you a little bit on how you can support these two forwards, okay?
Coach Broadley is attempting to link this forward and midfield player. It's important for the coaches to consider the role of the central midfielder, as the central midfielder has both significant attacking and defending responsibilities. The central midfielder in the 2-3-2 relays the balls from the back players to forwards, changes the point of attack, and should get into shooting positions relatively often. The central midfielder is, however, largely responsible for giving depth and holding in a defensive position to prevent counterattacks. It's important, therefore, that if the central midfielder goes past the forwards, one of the forwards drops into central midfield to provide cover.
All right, I'll play the ball into you, and the game is live. Come and step in. Ready? And play. Off you go. Can you find a target? Good. And stop there. Stop there. All right, good. Come on back here. You two come back here for me. Now, I want you to recognize here how we might be able to go to the weak side instead of going to the side where the Blues are pressuring. Take a look what you see on this side here. What have we got? A 1 versus 1, right? Okay. So if we can get that ball out to the right side, off of our supporting player here, we might have a chance to get in and score. So as the ball comes to you, coming up and support that now, you start to bend your run away, all right, drop it back, and then maybe you can play her over the top or through. Excellent, okay? All right, see that pattern there? Okay, come on back. So it starts from our back playing into the target here. Ball back here. Good. All right, let me have the ball here. I'll play to you. You're going to play into the target. Don't make you run too soon. Come away. Come away. Can you go wider for us? Okay. And play. Off you go. Play in. Time you run. Can you find it? And stop there. Hold it there. Now the angle of that pass is very important. If you play the ball to this side, it's going to be difficult for her to be able to play the ball there. So let's try that just one more time. And if you can lead her into that space so that she can then play to the other side, okay? Back to me, sorry. Ready? And same again. Off we go. Play. Time you run. Good. Can we play now? Very good. Can we finish? Very nice.
The 2-3-2 is a good attacking shape and is a mini version of the 3-4-3. It presents clear visual cues to the backs. It simplifies the principle of width. It gives us an easily recognized clue as to who should go into the wide position, and it gives the two forwards a chance to combine with each other and the central midfield player.
Okay, ladies, take your positions. We're going to take a look now on the defensive side of things in this 2-3-2 and focus a little bit on our two defensive backs and looking at pressure and cover in the positions they take up on a defensive side. Okay, ladies, orange kickoff. And play. Goal kick. Let's take a goal kick. Get your shape now. Get your shape. And stop there. Hold it there. Let's have the ball back here with the fullback, can we? And if you'll come back here where you were. Come on back to where you started, ladies. Put the ball back all the way to the fullback. And come across towards me just a couple of yards where you started. That's good. Now, take a look here. Tell me your name again. Melissa. Melissa, you can see here that you're very tight on this player right now, okay? And the ball hasn't been played yet, okay? So at this point, you don't really know if she's going to play the ball in short or play the ball over her head. So where do you think you might position yourself to count for that? Good, okay. So if we come away a little bit so that we can close the space as the ball's being played, now you're protecting the space behind, and we can still get to the space in front and stop her turning if we need to. So don't get too tight here in relation to that player as she's looking to receive the ball, okay? All right, give the ball back to the keeper, please. And we'll play from the goalkeeper, play to the back, and fullback, we're live on your first touch, okay? Wait for the ball to be played and see what happens, okay? Off you go, play. Good. Good. Well done. Now clean it up. Well played. All right, orange throw. Well done. Good job.
The 2-3-2 is an especially good system for teaching two central defenders to pressure the ball and cover for each other. This is especially important for teams that play with a zonal back four with two central defenders who frequently play 2v2 against two forwards. As the zonal back four continues to grow as a feature of American teams, the 2-3-2 is an excellent system for providing plenty of practice for the central defenders.
All right, goal kick, blue ball. Push up now, push up, find your shape. And stop, freeze, stand still. Come back here with the ball, would you? Good job, right here. Can you come back about 2 yards where you were? Okay. Now, we're on the ball right here for us. Now, we have a little bit of a decision to make here, because here we have a player with space that's looking to go to goal. All right? Now, which of you two do you think should close this ball down here? Or would you say the pressure would come from here? What do you think? Yeah, she's going to have a hard time getting there before this girl touches it forward. So we'd like to make sure that you step to the ball here. So having made that decision, let me see you close this space down now, can we? Good, and stop there. Okay, now good. As she does that, you notice how you started to adjust your position. That's exactly what I want you to do, all right? So as she closes down there, where do you think you would position yourself? Good. So you can now give her some cover, but you can also mark the outside player as well, okay? Let me play the ball back here. Go back where you were. Let me see how that works with you. We'll practice it one time and then we'll play. Off you go. Take it at him. Good, all right, and back here. All right, so now we're live on her first touch. As the ball's traveling to her, think early about making a decision. Call for it. I've got the ball, and go and close her down. Play. Off you go. And play, blue. Very nice. Well done. Well done. And blue team, get your shape now. And stop there. Freeze there a second. Ball with the goalkeeper. Ball with the goalkeeper. Now, you guys at the back here, I want you thinking straight away about what you need to do and how to position yourself in relation to these players here, but also talking and getting these girls back into position. All right, so make sure we do that nice and early. As soon as the keeper has the ball in their hands, we're thinking defense, all right? Straight away thinking defense, and I want you to make sure you're positioned in the correct place. This is good right here. This is good because you have to mark, but you're not too tight. But let's get these other players back in position now as well, okay? All right, ball to me right here. And where's our blue forward? Just push up a little bit here. As I play the ball to the keeper, when she catches it, the game's live. Are you ready? And play off.
Depending on the aim of the session, coaches may choose to limit their coaching points to just one team. It's vital for coaches to remember how important it is to affirm good play. There is nothing wrong with coaches stopping play to acknowledge good play, as Coach Broadley does in this sequence.
And stop there. Stop there. Hold it there. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. You notice that you'd position yourselves a little slightly deeper here now. That ball played over the top was not a problem for you. You were able to handle it, play it back to the keeper, and now we're playing out with a great shape. Very nicely done. Ball back to me here. I'll play to you, the game's live. Play, off we go.
Various new functions have emerged for the goalkeeper in the last decade. Two of the new major functions of goalkeepers are a result of playing zonally without a sweeper. In the flat zonal system, the goalkeeper is now responsible for the space between the backline players and the top of the penalty box. Goalkeepers must position themselves to be able to deal with balls played into this space and to receive back passes from teammates who are under pressure from opponents.
And stop, freeze! Stand still. Stand still. Good there. Can we walk back 5 yards here? You two come on back about 5 yards. Give the ball to the player on the outside again. Stand still, ladies. All right. Put it on the outside. Face forward as you were. Just receive the ball and you're about to tack goal. Now, this is great pressure right here, all right? But I want you to make sure that she cannot turn and she cannot play the ball inside. So position yourself where she can't play the ball across, okay? And if she can't turn, that's good. Now, let's take a look at your position here. You're marking this player here, but what if right now, if she were to turn and get beaten there, what would be the problem? You'd have to try and cover. So let me see you take just a couple more steps here to think about covering that right here. All right, so you're in a better position that you could get there. And also, I want you talking to this player here and calling her back to help you as you're doing that. Make sure she comes back in. She may have to mark this player if you have to go. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, let me have the ball back here. And play to you. Can you come and drop off again? Full back drop off. You go wide. That's right. That's right. And come up a little bit here. So now, let's see if we can get this right, and let's see if we can get your position right, and talk to this defender here to get back. Are you ready? And play. Off you go. Good, good, good.
The two main defending principles are pressure on the ball and cover by a second defender. These two principles are at the heart of good defending. The first job as a defensive player is to intercept the ball. If that cannot be done, then the defender's next job is to not allow the attacker to turn. The defending principles of play are pressure on the ball, covering for the pressuring player, balance, concentration, and organization. Although Coach Broadley mainly focuses on principles 1 and 2, there is plenty of opportunity in the 2-3-2 to teach the players the other 3 principles of defending.
We're going to take a look at a 3-3-1 system now as it relates to a 4-4-2. And we're going to take a look at the attacking side of the ball. We're going to look at overlapping, counter-attacking, and also switching the point of attack.
The 3-3-1 is a great 8v8 system for teaching many of the same movements as in a 4-4-2. In both cases, there are 2 banks of equally numbered units, the backs and the midfielders. The striker in a 3-3-1 and the 2 strikers in a 4-4-2 spearhead the attack and will, in some cases, compress the opposing defenders centrally as the defenders focus on them and their movement. This will often leave spaces in wide areas as the outside backs pinch in to offer cover to the center backs. Certainly one of the major similarities between a 3-3-1 and a 4-4-2 is the flank pairs which naturally occur in these 2 formations.
And it's an orange kickoff. Okay, ready? Ready, keepers? And play. Well played. Keep your shape, Orange. Keep your shape. And stop there. Freeze there. Hold it there. Well done. Nicely done, Orange. Good possession. Let's have the ball back here. Now I want you to recognize an opportunity for yourself here. If you can see that this is a little bit congested and we have a possibility of an overlap situation over here, okay? So if you play the ball wide to the player here, as you receive it, you're going to turn and try to dribble inside to take that defender away for us. Can you do that? I think we've practiced this before, right? All right, so let's take a look at how it looks. Let me play the ball into you. Can you go slightly wider? Start your run a little bit wider, all right? So as I play to you, touch forward, start to dribble inside. Now once she starts to dribble inside, I want you to really go hard around the outside for that overlap if you can. All right, follow your pass. Ball back here. Let's have a look at the timing. All right, are you ready? Ball wide and play it in. Off you go around the outside. Off you go, go hard, let her know. And good, all right, come back. Good, come on back. That's great, if you can do it that way, that's wonderful. Ball back here, let's start again. Okay. Now, as soon as you've played that ball, I want you to really go hard, okay? Sprint hard around the back of her, okay? And it'll help with her timing. Can you start your run a little bit wider for us here? Give us the space. All ready? On the winger's first touch, the game's live, okay? You ready? Go hard, around the outside. Let her know. All right, that'll work, then play. Can we finish? All right, play on.
Many coaches see the 2 and 7 and the 3 and 11 as interchangeable. When the 2 overlaps the 7 becomes the defender. In addition, the 2 should be as proficient in attacking and crossing the ball as the 7.
And play, off we go. Keep playing. Oh, play on. Can we get the shot? And stop. Freeze. Stand still. Freeze. Stand still. Good. Well done. Back here. That's a great job of defending there. Here we go. Come over here. Come back with her. Come back here, the two of you. Great contest. I like that. That's fantastic. All right, now you did a good job of winning the ball, so you're on the ball right here. Now I want you to recognize something. If we can now get the ball forward early, all right, if we can pick our head up and find that forward's feet straight away there, what might be on for us, do you think? What might be on for you? Yeah, can you see that? Yeah, can you see that? So if we can now pick our head up once we win the ball and recognize it might be on to play the ball forward early there and get it into our forward's feet. Now as we play that ball into the forward's feet, show me the kind of runs that you two would make. Excellent. And you have a choice, and probably that's your best one, I think, going this way. All right, but now you have an option as you go to goal. If you can't shoot, you have a player to be able to play the ball to there. Let's try it and see how it looks, okay? So Blues, if you will, just let these girls play this through. We'll just take a look at how it looks here. Blues, just accommodate us here. So you're going to win the ball and play into the target. Off you go. Good. And get a turn. Tell her to turn. And play through. Off you go. Keep going. Go to goal. And you can take it closer and get a shot. That's okay. Have a ball back here. This time we're live. So now we're looking at an opportunity when we turn the ball over in the back third. Can we counter-attack quickly? Can we get the ball forward to our one forward up front and use her as a target and be able to play off of that very quickly? All right? So you're going to contest for the ball here, and you're going to win it, steal it away from her. So steal it away.
Coach Broadley utilizes the 3-3-1 to develop a counterattack opportunity. The single center forward is 1v1 against the opposing center back. The defending flank players get pulled in to provide cover for the center back. This opens the flank for the attacking midfielder to counterattack into the open flank space. The 3-3-1 is a mini version of a 4-4-2, characterized by the pairing of flank players and the ability to get 6 behind the ball defensively, which pulls the opposition forward, making them vulnerable to the counterattack.
Okay, ladies, take your positions. We're going to take a look now at the defensive side of the ball in this 3-3-1 as it relates again to the 4-4-2, and we're going to look particularly at zonal defending. Okay, it's an orange kickoff. Remember to keep your shape, please, as we're playing, okay? Play, off we go.
The zonal 8v8 is a good system for helping players understand the importance of shape. Shape refers to how a zonal team defends in a block. Defensive players are more concerned with occupying important spaces rather than marking players.
Push up, Push up, let's go. Fullbacks try to get wide. Okay, fullbacks get wide for her. Fullbacks show wide. Play on, play on, play on. Can you find the forwards? Find the forwards. Good. Keep playing, keep playing. Okay, blue throw. Orange, concentrate on your shape here. And stop there, hold it there. Okay, ball back here, please, to the back. Ball back here. All right, blue team. Now, as you see the orange win the ball, okay, particularly I'm going to talk to the line of backs and also a line of midfielders here. As you see the orange win the ball, I want you thinking about where you should recover to be able to defend, okay? So let's start with the outside player here. Whereabouts do you think you should be now to be in a good defensive position here with the ball right there? Excellent, good. How about yourself? Which way would we be facing? Now you have a player to your left here, so we may need to just adjust that position slightly, but that's pretty good because you may have to go and pressure the ball, right? As she brings it forward. How about our player here? What do you think? Is this a good position? I think you can come in maybe just a couple of yards for us. Make sure you can see this player and see the ball at the same time, okay? Backs were very nice here. This is good. You've got to come and mark here. Step up and mark a little tighter because she's going to go offside if she runs past you. And this is good shape right here, okay? So that's fine. You can squeeze up level with her a little bit there, okay? So when the ball is in this position, this is the sort of shape I want us to take up on defense for the blue team now, all right? So go back where you originally started and let's see if we can get that. I'm going to play the ball to the orange player and let's see how we shape ourselves. Are you ready? And play. Good. All right, so goal kick. Blue team, what do we do now? And stop there. Hold it there. Now again, on transition here, when they have the ball, very quickly I want us to get back in a position where we can defend. So let me see you do that now, blue team. Take a look at where the ball is here. Where would we position ourselves? All right, that's fine. Now, we don't want to commit too far here. If you do, go ahead, go up and tight on her, all the way. Now she's able to pass the ball right behind you, look. Can you see she can get the ball out? So we don't want that to happen. So drop in again. Drop in. Don't make that run until the ball is played. Keep coming. Drop off. 2 or 3 more yards. Good, that's great. That's great right there. Now, if she plays the ball wide, then you're going to make that adjustment, but not before she plays the ball. Now, let's assume, let's have our fullback, please. Can you go out wide for us? Outside midfielders, stretch it out for us as you would do on offense. Wider for us, please. That's great. Let's assume that our keeper decides to play the ball out to their right fullback. Go ahead and play that ball. Stand still, everyone. Now, with the ball in that position, blue team, how would we now move towards the ball and react with the ball there? Let me see what you do. Off you go. And stop there. Now, the key is everyone on the team must react to the movement of the ball, including our outside midfield players. So you definitely need to be moving as everyone else moves across. Don't allow big gaps to develop between us here, otherwise they're going to play through, okay? Now, the only thing I would change here is that we somehow need to get pressure on that ball. So rather than drop off to the outside, what could you do for her? Tell me what you could do for her. You can take that player and push her up onto the ball, okay? All right, can everyone now shift back where we were on the other side? Give the ball to the goalkeeper for the goal kick. Everyone come back to this side. Now let me see you move together as a unit now. I want to see pressure up on that ball and marking this player, and we go together as a unit, and the girls at the back talking about who marks who as we go. All right? Play it wide, and off we go. Much better. And stop. Excellent. Ball back there to the fullback. Ball to the fullback. Here we go. There's a ball here. Look, there we go. From your keeper. Good. So now we've got good pressure on the ball. We're marking this player on the outside. it's going to be very difficult for them to play into here, and we've made it much tougher for them to get out of the back, okay? All right, let's go back to the goalkeeper. This time we're live. As soon as that ball is played, we're live. Shift back across. And drop back about, girls, drop back about 5 yards here. You're too high. Drop back about 5 yards. That's what we want to protect this space back here first. We don't go until the ball is played, okay? Ready? And play. Off we go. Game's live. Well done, Blue. Can we stop her playing? Play, play, play. Good. Well done. Well done. And stop, freeze. Stand still. All right, ball back to the keeper. Ball back to the keeper. Okay, Blue now, with the ball at the keeper, what do? First thing we do is what? First thing we do is what? Look to drop off into the space, so we make sure we're protecting the space behind us, okay? So with the ball right there, we need to drop back in if we can, okay? As she plays it out, then we play it. Off you go, keeper from you, and play. Good. Play through, Orange. Nicely done. Can you build it? Good, well done. Okay. Play it forward. Play it forward. Good. Okay. Well done. Push up, Orange. Push up. Push up. Push up. And stop there. Freeze there. Good. Okay. All right. Now, with the ball in this position, the backs here, we have to react to in such a way they're not going to be able to get into us. All right. You've got to try to stop her turning now. This is good pressure on the ball right here. So show me how you stop her turning. Don't let her turn with the ball. Just stay right there is fine. Now, I want you to recognize here that if she does turn, so turn off to your left there and then sprint through. Go through. No, go through. And stop there. If she were to turn and do that, that could be a problem for us. All right? So how do we stop that happening, do you think? That's right. You need to pinch it inside. So with the ball in a central position here, she's pressuring the ball and stopping her turning. I want to see you two pinch in towards the middle on about a 45-degree angle, but not too deep. This is perfect right where you are right there, okay? Now the only place she can play is square or back, okay? She can't turn and penetrate and go into goal. That's fine. Now midfield, I want you thinking about a similar sort of thing here, that we need to be looking to recover back towards our own goal, recover back towards your own goal. Off you go. Drop in there to try to get our shape back again so that we can defend as a block and as a unit here, all right? All right, come on back where you started. You girls go back where you started. I'm going to play the ball into the forward, and then the game's live. I need to see you two quickly drop the cover as this ball goes in. As the ball's traveling, we make that change. Are you ready? And play. Off we go.
In this scenario, the two outside backs triangulate behind the center backs to occupy the dangerous central space. This clearly leaves the attacking flank players open. However, this highlights one of the dilemmas of zonal defending, that when the teams play without a sweeper, the outside backs frequently have to provide the cover for the center backs, which means pulling into central positions that can leave opposing wide players open to receive the ball.
Play on, play on. And stop, freeze, stand still. Excellent, well done. This is very nice here. I like this a lot. Good thinking there, but I think you two can talk to each other. You might be able to pass her on, and then you can take your midfield spot, okay? So just make sure that she knows that she's coming on the outside, all right? Now, let's take a look on the ball here. And for our forward to chase all the way across the field is very difficult. So we're going to ask our forward to do one simple job for us. I want you to try to see if you can stop these players switching the ball across to the other side. So you're going to position yourself over here. That's the opposite way, that's right. Now, if you'll turn sideways, like so, that's perfect. No, sideways towards me. That's perfect right there. And be ready to move if she plays the ball there, so you can try to put pressure on, all right? But what we don't want her to do is to be able to pull this ball across here and switch and go across there. You're going to try and cut that out if you can. And if she tries to bring the ball in here, you'll come and pressure her there to make play predictable into this part of the field. We want her really to be going in this direction and keep it going that way. Don't let it go that way. All right, you got that? All right, the rest of you, very nice. Good shape, good positions right there. Let's play to here and see if you can do that job for us. Play, off we go. Don't let it play, don't let it play. Good, good, good. Pressure. That's all right. Now don't let it play back this way. All right. Well done, Blue. Well done, Blue. Excellent. Very nice, ladies. Excellent defending from the back three. Well done. And can we drop? Can we drop? Can we find our shape? Can we find our shape? And stop, freeze. Hold it there. Tell me your name again. Annie, it's got to be a little quicker, Annie. Don't follow her out wide. We want you to get back in touch with the rest of the unit here and drop back into that midfield. All right, let them have that space there. That's okay. We're concentrating on defending in here if we can. All right. Okay, from the keeper, ready, and play. Off you go. Good, Annie. That's good. Much better, Annie. Well done, Blue.
One of the other benefits of playing in a zone is the number of times an opponent will pass the ball straight to one of your defenders. This happens because an attacker is trying to penetrate through the seams in a team, but a good, tight zonal team will already have defenders in those areas. This is much less so in man-to-man teams where defenders are following attackers and being pulled out of position. The 3-3-1 zone presents us with two banks of defenders, as does the 4-4-2. The three midfield players and the three backfield players can train many of the defensive functions as they do in a 4-4-2. Present a block of 6 players who occupy the dangerous spaces on the field. Because they occupy space instead of man marking, when their team wins the ball, they are in good positions to attack. They shift laterally and vertically as a block. They conserve energy by passing opponents on to other teammates rather than tracking opponents all over the field.
We're going to take a look now at a 3-2-2 system as it relates to the 4-3-3 in an 11v11 game. And we're going to look primarily at attacking right now and take a look at how the fullbacks can get forward now in this system down the outside, and also the combinations between the midfield players and the forwards. Okay. Boys, put your pinnies on, please. And we'll have a green kickoff from the center. And play. Try and keep your shape. Good play, well done. Well done. Okay, Green, drop in and get your shape now. Good, good. Excellent, excellent. And stop, freeze there. Hold it there, come on back. Wonderful, well done. Bring the ball back, would you? Could you go back just 2 or 3 yards over here? Now take a look at what he's been able to do here. This is the great thing about this system here. Because we don't have an outside midfielder, this player's got all kinds of space to be able to attack into. And I love the way he brought the ball forward and recognized that and took it at them into the space here. Well done, that was great. Now as you start to go forward, we need some options. And I want you to see if you can go as wide as you possibly can to give him that option and try to pull this defender away. That might allow him to be able to keep on going with his run there and allow him to penetrate all the way to goal maybe before he dishes it off for a shot, okay? So as you see him tracking forward with the ball now, try to open up an option for him wide, and if you'll try to do the same thing towards the center of the field. Again, the rest of you, try to stay away from this situation right now because we want to maintain this space to attack. I'm going to play him the ball as we did across the back. In fact, you can do that. And let's see if we can do the same thing, carry the ball out of the back. You ready? And play, off you go. Take it forward, attack him. Good. Keep going.
The 3-2-2 is a smaller version of the Brazilian 4-2-2-2 system or the 4-3-3 system, which the French used in their victorious 1998 World Cup campaign. These systems accomplish two major purposes. The prevalence of players in the central positions opens up spaces in the flanks, which the outside backs can attack into. The demands on the fullbacks are such that the back players must have the skill to play as a back, midfield player, or winger. The number of players in the central positions lessens the possibilities of a counterattack down the middle of the field. This is an important consideration in top-flight soccer.
Can you do the same thing? Good, good, good. Can you play to him? And stop, freeze! Hold it there. Great stuff. Now, I want you to recognize, though, where you can really look to get forward here. Give him the ball back there. And does he have a man on his back right now, guys? No, so what can he do? He can turn, right? So I want to hear the shout from this player here. Turn and face forward. Now, what's on for you, do you think? Here, take a look at the picture.
Overlap?
Yeah, an overlap around the outside. Off you go. Make that run wide. Can you see him go in there and slip him in the corner? Yep. Put him in. So now he's going in on the outside. Now, look, again, the fact that we don't have an outside midfielder allows you to be able to have that space and go. I want to see you looking to get forward into that space, all right? And the same on the other side if we can. We want to try and attack down the flanks. Look at the space you have there to be able to get forward, okay? All right, so ball back here. So instead of him dropping the ball to you now, I want you to play to him, tell him to turn, and then off you go. You start with the ball right here. It's live on his touch. Ready? Good, good, good. Oh, excellent. Can you get him in? All right, play on, play on. Well done. Good, good, good. There he goes. Very nice. Get your shape, Green. Good. Play. Well done. And hold it there. Green throw. Green throw. Ball's out of play. Take a throw into the green. Drop off. Drop off. Drop off. Come away. Come away. And stop there. Stop there. Now, if you'll drop 10 to 15 yards and come a little bit more central. All right, there. And where's our other back here? Come square with him. Come square with him out here. Over here. Over here. Over here. So you're looking to get out on this side, okay? Now, where's our forward on the other side? If you can push ahead for us, please, and give us that option there. All right, so I want you to pull that defender in that direction, open up some space here. You can also make a run in there if you'd like to, or check towards the ball. I want you to recognize you've got options of a ball down the line there. You can play to one of your center midfielders here. It might be that this guy possibly comes out and away and you check into that space to go and get the ball. All right, so that might be on for you. And if you don't like that, you can always go where? Back to our player here, and if it goes back, where's he going to play then next? We switch to the other side and we can attack out the other side. All right, so let's explore this option in here. I want you to switch places and you're going to get the ball. Hold on, start from here is fine. You're going to spin off and he's going to come in and get the ball. You can always drop it back there when you get it. All right, ready? Off you go. Play. Yeah, try it. Good. Settle it. Can you find him? Can we go the other way now? And carry forward. Off you go. Off you go. Play. Good. And play. Good try. Play on.
It's important that midfielders and forwards try and stay as central as possible. This leaves the flank spaces open but also keeps the center of midfield secure. Compactness in the middle of the field is a crucial feature of playing in a 3-2-2. The central players must have the ability to play under pressure in limited time and space, and the 3-2-2 certainly exposes them to playing in a compact environment.
Okay, boys, take your positions. We're going to take a look now to 3-2-2 from a defensive standpoint and primarily working with the two center midfielders on how they pressure and cover. We'll also take a look at how we defend when the ball's been switched from one side of the field to the other and how we cope with that switching of play. Okay, boys, it's a green kickoff. Green kickoff, and let's play.
Hunter.
And stop there, hold it there. Okay, good. Now, rather than chase all over the place, because keep in mind they have 3 at the back and you guys only have 2, do what you can to just try to close down. If the ball is central, if it goes out on the flank, don't worry too much right now, but try to ease in there and get a little bit of pressure. Let's take a look at our 2 center midfielders here real quick. I think we have 1 and 2, right? Now you see how far apart you guys are. This is not a good situation defensively. If you were to play that ball right now into his right foot, can you do that for me? You see, if that ball's played in their turn, now we have a real problem. They've just penetrated right through the middle. All right, we don't want that to happen. So play the ball back there. Now you have to mark this player because he's close, but I want you to be on goal side if you can here. All right, so you're goal side of him. And I would like you now to come and tuck in alongside him a little bit more so we get a little bit more compactness here. That's great in the midfield. Now that really stops them playing through the middle. If they play the ball to the center midfielder here, the other player on the other team here, you can now go and close that ball down as the ball's traveling, all right? And it's not a problem. We've got everything covered here. You see we're marking across the back. And remember, we have 3 players back here guarding 2 and marking 2 players. So we're okay at the back. We need to take care of this midfield, all right? So put the ball back there. And let's have you start back from there. And could you play it back to the outside center back and play it out wide? And I'd like to see you guys adjust your positions, and then we're live on his first touch. Hold on, we're going to go the other way. We're going to play right there. That's good. So play the same ball out wide, and we're live. Off we go. Good. And stop, freeze. Stand still. Okay. Tell me your name, central defender, right there. Kevin. Now what you've got to recognize here, Kevin, can we play the ball back here, please? We don't really want them to be able to penetrate with the ball here, Kevin, and we've got an extra player here. Can you see that? You could actually pick him up, and what job would you give him right now? To go pressure the ball. Look at this space right here, okay? So go ahead, put pressure on the ball for us right there. That's great. Now we do that, you simply pick him up, and we still have a matchup here, which is fine. This player here is in a good covering position. You could come across just a little for us here. Open up your stance so you can see what's going on here. All right, and we can defend this, okay? Now, we do have a problem on the outside. We'll deal with that in a second, but right away we want to take care of this one first. So let me have the ball back here. You go back where you were. As the ball is traveling now, I want to see you close the space down. Come on back across where you were. So you two make a decision. Kevin, you're going to send him to the ball. What are you going to tell him? Go pressure the ball. That's right. You ready? And play. Off we go.
In both of these defensive situations, one of the issues the coach must address is the simple lack of communication from the players.
Well done, Orange. Well
Verbal
done.
dialogue between players is essential in defending. In the first stoppage, the left-sided central midfielder should have called the right-sided midfielder to slide across. In the second stoppage, the center back must get the central midfielder to push upon the ball rather than mark the center forward, which is the center back's job. One of the reasons these players don't do this is simple. They don't know what they and their teammates are supposed to do. That's where the NSCAA's philosophy about developing teacher coaches becomes most important. The development of coaches who can really teach players and improve players is the major mission of NSCAA coaching education.
Good. Very well done. Off you go. Go to go. Go to go. Go to go. Get your shape now. Get your shape now. And stop. Freeze. Stand still. Stand still. Well done. Great attacking play. Now, you're out of position. All right. Where do you need to be, do you think? Yeah, what you've got to do now, if you can, is you must try to get back into that central midfield spot as fast as you possibly can. Can you see the problem right here? Yeah. So I want you to recover straight towards your own goal, right towards the middle of the goal. Off you go. Get back in there behind him. And turn and face. Good. That's where we need to be, okay? As soon as it breaks down here and you see him attacking out of the back, you have to make that recovery run right in there so that we can get our shape back in here, okay? Come on back where you started here. Play back to the center back. As soon as the ball is passed here, the game is live, all right? Ready? Off you go. Play. No. Play the same ball, please. Play the same ball. Back here.
In this sequence, Coach Broadley gives the left central midfielder the quickest route to take in recovering to a defensive position. The two central midfielders do a good job insofar as the right-sided midfielder holds while the other midfielder attacks.
Ready? And play, off we go. Good, good, good. Well done midfield, well done midfield. Stay with him, stay goal side.
One of the advantages of playing with two central midfielders is that when one goes forward, it's very clear who's expected to hold in case there's a counterattack.
Get your shape now. Good. Drop in, drop in. Come on, drop in and help us. Drop in and help us. All right, let's take a green throw. Let's take a green throw. And start from there. Get your shape, please. And hold it right there a second. All right, let's quickly make sure that we get ourselves in the correct positions where we need to be. So you can see the whole picture from there. Make sure these guys get where they need to be. Do you two need to be marking the same player right now? You come out then. You're a midfielder, right? Come and step into this midfield where you can help us. Step across a little bit. All right, you come and pick this player if you need to, okay, as he comes in towards you, and you can stay and keep your shape. Now look at the shape of the orange team right here now. This is much better. This is what we want to see. We're fairly well balanced. We have pressure where we need it if the ball's thrown in. We have players marking goal side. That's the kind of picture we want to get from a throw in here, particularly in our own half. We don't want to take any chances with this, all right? Off you go, play.
Coach Broadley constantly reinforces the need to keep your shape. He's referring to the disciplined adherence to the player's defensive responsibilities. Undisciplined players who run around chasing the ball leave big gaps for the opponent to attack into. These gaps might exist, but will be largely minimized if players keep their positions while defending.
Good. Pressure the ball, pressure the ball. Use your keeper if you need to. Great defending. Well done. Don't give it away now. Gotta go, gotta go. Off you go. Counter attack, go with him. Oh, good try. That's okay. That's all right. Can you drop back in and help us? Well done midfield, well done midfield. Keep playing. Get your shape, well done in the midfield. Shift across. Good. And stop, freeze, stand still. Okay, let's take a look here now. Just stay where you are, don't move, don't move, don't move. Go back where you were. Now you see how congested it is here. Let's take a look at what happens if you guys were to switch this ball out to the other side. Where's our fullback there, okay? Can you step back about 5 yards? Back about 5 yards, that's good there. I want you to recognize this a little bit tight here. We're gonna go back to our back player. Take a touch across. I want you to find that fullback with your next touch. Okay, and stop there. So once we get to that point, let me see now how the orange are going to react and defend that. Okay, so with the ball there, orange, show me where you would go and what you would do right now. Off you go. Very good. And in fact, I'd like you to go all the way up on the ball and put pressure. That's good there. All right, so that's the adjustment we need to make as that ball's being shifted across the other side by the other team. All right? Bring the ball back over this side. Orange, come back where you were. Where's that? Come and drop the ball back to him. Can you just squeeze up? That's it. Right, it's great there. Okay. All right, we're live on his second touch. Second touch. Ready? Off you go. Play. And one, and he's going to play, and off we go. Can you close him down? Close him down. And stop. Freeze. Stand still. Okay, let's just go back 5 yards here. Now, we really must get there and stop him playing the ball forward, all right? You have quite a long time to get across the field. It's important you get over there as fast as you can, okay? Ball back to me here. I'm going to play to him, and I want you to really see if you can close him down. Can you come back this side of that player where you were? All right, that's good, and you're going to have to watch him as he makes the run. The midfielders here need to match up and mark here now. Let me see you really close him down. Don't let him play the ball forward. You ready? Play, off we go. Good pressure. Good. Well done. You made it play square. I love it. Well done.
The 3-2-2 prevents many central penetrating passes, but, like a 4-3-3, frequently leaves open spaces on the flanks. There's often the need to address the situation when the ball goes to the weak side of a 3-2-2 team and, like a 4-3-3 team, becomes unbalanced. In this instance, the outside back must slide forward and a midfield player must cover that space. In both of these cases, the ball is played to weak side space. Rather than the central defender getting pulled into a wide position and out of the center, it's often preferable to have a central midfielder slide into a covering position. The beauty of the 2-4-1 is that it's a flexible formation. As Coach Broadley indicates, it can be easily utilized to replicate the 4-4-2 or the 3-5-2.
Okay, boys, let's go. We're now going to take a look at the 2-4-1 system as it relates to a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2. And we're going to emphasize the attacking part. We're going to take a look at the combinations that could be created from the central midfield to the attacking player and how they combine together. We're going to take a look at the shape of the midfield and also attacking down the flanks. It's important to note here that if we add 2 players to the back line, we can create a 4-4-2 in 11v11 system. If we add 1 player in each line, 1 at the back, 1 in the midfield and 1 up front, we can create the 3-5-2 system. This system works very well for both of those. Let's play.
One of the major features of the system is that it enables the team to get plenty of width but still have the security of 3 central midfield players. This relates particularly well to the 3-5-2, a system which allows teams to get exceptional width but keeps numbers in the center of the field.
Okay, boys, put your pinnies on. And it's a green kickoff. Ready? And play. And play, off we go. Good, can you support? Very nice. And play, and play. Play quickly, play quickly. And stop, freeze, stand still. Okay, ball back here in the center of the midfield now. Come on back 2 or 3 yards where you were. When I shout freeze, guys, try to stand still exactly where you are. Just come on back over here where you were. Can you go back 2 yards that way? That's great right there. Okay, now, what we want to try to do in this midfield here is I want you to make full use of the width in the field, okay? So I want you to go as wide as you possibly can for me. I want you to go as wide as you possibly can for me. And I want our forward up here to stretch it as far forward as possible. So off you go and stretch. That's good there, okay? Now, a little diagonal run from you into that space, and he can slip you through into that space. Go ahead, try it. Look at that, and stop there. Great run on the outside. Yes, that's definitely on, so you can start to make that run wide now. Keep the momentum going in that direction and play him in the corner. Let's try it. Come on back here. See if we can put the whole sequence together, okay? Watch again. So we start with a diagonal run. Ready? And off he goes. Play him in. The run comes on the outside. Play him in. Wonderful. All right, come on back. This time we're live. Here we go. Ball back here. I'll play the ball to you. Let me play to you. And then it's live, okay? Let me see that good hard run into that space. You ready? Play. Off we go. There he goes. Good. Can you put him in? Very nice. Keep playing. Build it now. Good, good, good. Well done, Green. Keep your shape at the back, guys. Keep your shape at the back.
The 2-4-1 is a great system for implementing the principle of width. In this system, the wide players are responsible for the full flank as in the 3-5-2 and play at the back, midfield, and as forwards. This clip clearly shows how the principles of play oppose each other. The defensive principle of compactness is clearly illustrated here as the left defender pinches in to cover the center of the field and help deal with the threat of the 2 green midfielders. By doing this, however, the flank is open and the green player exploits this space by providing maximum width.
Play, off you go. Yeah, let's go, play. Good, good. Keeper's ball, go kick. Go kick right here. Quickly, quickly. Here we go, get your shape. And hold it there for a second, hold it there a second. Ball back to the keeper. Now I'd rather you get the ball a little bit wider rather than just at the top of your 18, okay? The ball's got to leave the goal box here. Go back and play the same goal kick. Okay, where's our outside midfielders? Out you go. Outside midfielder. Make that run wider. Wider. All the way. All the way to the line. Good. Keep that width there for us, all right? Start on your ball again. Ready? Play. Off you go. And play. Combine now. And stop there. Stop there. Have the ball back again. Have the ball back again in the corner. Quickly. Right there. All right. Now, I want you to recognize something. If you start to dribble out of the back and you're dribbling into two defenders, there's a danger here we may lose possession as we did. I want you to pick your head up and see you have an option of a player here in the center midfield, all right? Try to play that ball into his feet as soon as you can. The longer it takes you, this is going to happen. We're going to lose possession, all right? So play that ball into his feet right now and turn. Hold it there. Now, as that ball's come in, you can then start to make a run diagonally for him. Let's take a look at your options here. Come around on the front of the ball so you can see your options, okay? Don't necessarily run into his space, but if he can clear it out, off you go. Now it might be on for you for a diagonal. Can you see the ball through here? All right, go ahead and play that through. How does that look? Good. All right, so there's an option there. Now, ball back here. The other option we have is a little bit longer one, all right? So if you two can take these defenders this way for us, and if you would now recognize that space on the outside, so you two make your runs across, take a touch forward, try and find him over the top. Go ahead. Excellent, look at that, all right? Okay, so that might be on for you also. So if you can play that ball into the midfield, tell him to turn, we have an option to be able to go forward here, okay? All right, ball back here. Let him have it back in the corner. This is going to work out much better for us than trying to dribble through there and lose possession. Take one touch, then the game's live. Are you ready? One touch, and the game's live. Play. Turn, turn. Well done, it's a beautiful ball. Play, play. Can we go to goal and finish? Play on. Play on. Oh. Well done, Orange. Good defending. What a shot. Great stuff.
Coach Broadley has taught the players the importance of the fourth principle of play, which is mobility. This refers to the movement of players who don't have the ball to either receive the ball themselves or drag defenders away from areas of the field which can then be exploited by late arriving teammates. In the previous sequence, Coach Broadley coordinates the movement of players to open space for the left flank player. The 2-4-1 is a mini version of the 4-4-2 or the 3-5-2. It provides exceptional width while maintaining numbers in the middle of the field. It allows attacking down the flank by the outside midfielders, and these players are responsible for playing the entire flank from front to back. It has the space for the lone attacker to provide length by staying as forward as possible and the space for mobility in the attack. Mobility is also provided by the central midfielders making diagonal runs and the outside midfielders making penetrating runs on the flank. Lastly, it provides the potential for combination play from the central midfielders and the striker.
We're going to take a look now at the defensive side of a 2-4-1 system, and we're going to focus primarily on the midfield and the shape of the midfield, but also we're going to look at the two center backs and how their position relates to those players as we play defense. Let's play. Okay, it's a green kickoff. Ready? And play. Let's go.
Coach Broadley shows here how the orange forward can close players down in such a way as to make their play predictable, an important concept in defending. The 2-4-1 is a good system for teaching a midfield unit to defend across the field and for training two center backs to play together.
Stop there. Freeze there. Okay. Orange team, as soon as possession is lost in this front part of the field, I want to make sure the midfield get back in and recover as fast as you can. We've got pressure on the ball right there. We have a second covering player. The rest of you need to recover back in, which means you need to drop back into here, level with the rest of your midfield. Okay, come and pinch inside a little bit towards me. Turn face forward. That's good right there. So we have an opportunity to try and defend this, all right? As soon as it turns over, back in position to be ready to defend, okay? Let me have the ball here. I'm going to play over the top to the backs, and the game's live. Ready? Play. Off we go. And play. Okay, it's a green ball. Keeper's ball. Play the ball, green. And play. And stop. Freeze! Stand still. Stand still there. Ball back with the green player. And let's take a look at the shape of our midfield here now. Now, forward, there's not much he can do here against 3 or 4 players at the back there. So he's going to have to do what he can to try and stop this ball being switched. So if you come across just a little here, put a little pressure on this player. That's good right there. Do what you can to stop them playing the ball back across for us, okay?
By closing an opponent down from the side rather than in front, the forward limits the player's passing angles and forces him to pass the ball down one side of the field, effectively locking him into a predictable passing channel.
Now, we've got a player close to the ball we're going to have to mark tightly, okay? So come and mark him tightly here. And we have good pressure on the ball, so go ahead and push up on the ball there. That's good there. And if you would just come and drop square with him right here for me. Drop in so we have a good shape. What can you tell me about our outside midfielder right now, Orange? What's the problem here? Let me show you. Take a touch inside. Hold on. Can you make a run through the middle there? Right here, defender. Defender, Michael, make a run through the middle. Can you find him? Go ahead, find him in there. Good. That is a big problem for us right now, okay? If he hits that ball into there, we have a problem. So how do we stop that? You have to come and pinch inside. Ball back over here. Good. So you position yourself where you make sure that that cannot happen. If he plays the ball across to the back, as the ball's traveling, you'll be able to get there to close him down, okay? So this is a good shape right here. This is what we're looking to get if we can. This is how we want to be when the ball is on this side of the field. Okay? All right, let me have the ball back here. Everybody shift back to where you were. Go back to where you were. I'm going to play the ball to the back. Play it out wide, and the game is live. You ready? And play. Off you go. Play. Close him down. Good. Well done. Shift right. Don't let him play across. Don't let him play across. Well done. You've got to mark him.
As Coach Broadley indicated, it's vital for the midfield unit to stay compact, and they should slide across the field together. The other important issue is how the weak side player must provide balance for the team, the fourth principle of defending. If the weak side midfielder doesn't pinch in, then the opponent will be able to make a penetrating run through the team and receive the ball in a dangerous position. The key for balancing defenders is to position themselves so that they can intercept any passes made over their teammates, and they can also get pressure on players on the flank.
All right, here we go. Find him. Stretch it up front. Stretch up front. Can we play forward? Push forward midfield. Push forward midfield. Push forward midfield. Good. Keep playing, Orange. And stop. Freeze. Stand still. Stand still. Don't move. Ball back here. Don't move. Stay where you are.
Coach Broadley now talks about the most important defensive principle, which is pressure on the ball. The best defensive teams put so much pressure on the ball that the opponents don't have time or space to implement the most important principle of attacking, which is penetration. When a team continually has to pass the ball backwards, it's a sure sign that the opponent is putting heavy pressure on them. The 2-4-1 is not the best system for pressing the ball, as one striker will have a hard time trying to win the ball from 3 backs, but it does enable the striker to steer the opponents into predictable areas of the field, which will help the 4 midfielders to adjust and squeeze the opponents and regain the ball.
Now, our forward's doing a nice job for us here, putting good pressure on the ball. Let me see you close him down on goal side over here. So we have good pressure. We don't want him to play forward towards goal, okay? Now, tell me about your body position in relation to this player. Can you see him? No, so open yourself up where you can see him, and maybe I'd say drop back about a yard or so. Good. So now if the ball's played, you can get there as the ball's traveling. Let's take a look at that. Just pass the ball across here, would you? As it's traveling, you go and close him down, and as the ball arrives, you arrive. Let's see if we can do a little quicker. Watch again. Play again. So as the ball gets there, I want you to get there. Ready? Okay. All right, play the ball. And get there and tight. Good. Make him play it backwards. That's what we want to see. Ball back here. Okay, so we've got good pressure here, good cover position here. You have to be very conscious of this player here, all right?
This frame provides us with the 5 principles of good defending, starting with pressure on the ball to stop the opponents from penetrating. Secondly, the covering player whose distance and angle from the pressuring player allows him to pick up the first attacker should he dribble past the pressuring player and allow him to become the first defender if the ball is passed. The third principle of balance is provided by the right midfield player. The principle of compactness is achieved both vertically and laterally, with the whole team being in a space of approximately 35 yards. Finally, the principle of organization is evident by the fact that all the players are goal side of the ball in good defensive positions.
And you're going to need to drop maybe a yard or so just to keep him in your vision, but level because he may run offside. All right, this is good right here. I like this picture. Well done in the midfield right here. That's great. The only place that this guy can play now is where? Back or square, and that's what we want. As he plays it backwards, I'd like to see you guys now calling, and goalkeeper calling, and push them up out of the back, all right? Push them up as he plays it back here. Going to play the ball back and go from there. Ready? And play. Off we go. Push up. Push up. Good. Good. Don't let him switch it. Come on, Orange, win that ball. Well done. Step up. And stop. Freeze. Stand still. Freeze. Come back over here where you were. Come back over here. Now, tell me your name, please. Louder. Zach. You have to recognize Zach. Go have the ball right there where you were. Come back over here where you were. You have to recognize that our poor little forward here is chasing all over the place, and he can only do so much work. We've got 4 midfielders back in here that need to be able to get pressure on this ball. Now, we have an awkward situation because you had a player right here, okay? But someone has to come and put pressure on this player because otherwise he's going to carry the ball forward. So how do we compensate, do you think? What do we do? If you come and put pressure, if you'll come across and you take him right there, come and put pressure on the ball right here. Good. All right, there. Force him this way, maybe. Now we're picking up. This is good right here, and that's great cover from you right there. Well done. That's very nice. Now that saves him having to chase all the way across here to try to close down. You boys in the midfield need to recognize who should go to the ball, and closest player step to the ball and put him under pressure straight away. All right? Ball back here to me. I'll play to him. Let me see you. Pressure. Try not to let him play it forward. You ready?
Coach Broadley uses the 2-4-1 to organize the 4 midfield players to pressure, cover, and balance for each other as a well-coordinated unit. This requires a good deal of verbal communication between the players. In the zonal system, which is becoming widely used in American soccer, the players are responsible for pressuring players in their zones who have the ball and covering when defenders in adjacent zones need to pressure the ball. The final organizational theme in the 2-4-1 is the coordination of the 2 central defenders. These 2 players need to pressure and cover for each other, especially if they are to learn to play in the middle of a zonal 4-4-2. The 2 outside flank players will frequently drop back alongside the center backs, and the 2-4-1 will often look like a 4-2-1. The 2 center backs are the fulcrum of the team defensively. Not only must they have the knowledge of how to do their own jobs, they are also largely responsible for organizing the rest of the team defensively.
Play, off we go. Good, good. Well done. Win the ball, Orange. And play. Can we counter-attack? Put him in. Play forward. Play forward. Good. Keep it going forward. Well done, you're in. Shoot it.
In this final sequence, Coach Broadley highlights the importance of the 2 central defenders doing their own jobs and at the same time coordinating the rest of the team defensively.
All right, bring the ball to me here, please. Ball back here. Okay, let's have our 4 midfield up, putting pressure on the ball here, can we? So we have a ball right here. Come and take the ball for us. Let's get pressure on the ball and let's take a look at something here now. Okay, find yourself a good position there, okay? All right, that's good. Okay, now, make sure you guys at the back that you're in touch with what's going on in here. Make sure that these players are doing what they should be doing in front and their shape is correct so that you know where to be to position yourself. You also have to consider the players that you have to mark there, if any, which in your case, you're marking the big center forward up here, okay? Now, if you see him marking there, what do you think you might do in relation to covering that back? Good, that's right. If he has to mark, you may want to stay a little bit more connected to him, just in case this young man here elects to play a ball in over the top. You're in a position to be able to cover that, all right? Okay? So let's have a look at you two now relating to these midfielders and see what happens. Let's play the ball back, and we'll go from here. I'm going to play it back to our fullback. Ready? I got it. And play. Let's go. Good. Okay, green throw. Green throw. Get your shape. Mark a player. Marking orange. And stop. Freeze. Stand still. Stand still. Put the ball back on the outside. Okay, midfield, put yourself where you think you need to be marking players. Take a look at this green player here. Take a look at this pitcher. Come and goal side of him for us, will you? Quickly, quickly. Goal side, good. Now, look across here and tell me what you see. Is this okay, do you think? It's not bad. You're having to cover that situation, which is good. You, if anything, are a little bit too tight on this player here. All right, you can afford to just drop just a little bit here to allow for him having to cover. Step up about 1 yard there for us. That's a good shape right there. If he runs towards you, you can always step up and leave him offside. Okay, but just give yourself that couple of yard buffer there, just in case something happens and he plays a long ball over the top. You guys are looking to protect this space behind you, all right? We've got the space in front pretty well covered, but we don't want that ball being played over the top and catching us out. So make sure you manage that space behind as well as the space in front, okay? All right, let's take the throw in from there, can we? All right, and we're live on the throw in. And play. Shift across now. Good. Watch your shape. That's right. Talk to each other. Talk to him now. Good. Play on. Well done. Well done. Good defending.
2-4-1 defending permits teaching of pressure, cover, and balance for the midfielders as they recover as the ball is lost and as they slide across the field with the ball to prevent penetration. This is especially valuable when teaching zonal defending in the midfield. It teaches the principle of compactness for the midfielders as they defend. It permits the two central defenders to play together, coordinating and providing pressure and cover for each other, managing the space in front as well as behind each other, and working with the midfielders. The 8 versus 8 competition is becoming the globally mandated intermediary step between youth and senior soccer. 7 outfield players plus a goalkeeper has many of the characteristics of the full 11v11 game, but the numbers are just enough so that the environment is not too complicated for the players or for the coach. This model is being used by organizations around the world in the following ways. The 8 versus 8 playing model introduces the players to a mini version of the 11v11 game. The coach can, to a degree, replicate the 4-4-2 system by playing a 3-3-1, or can replicate a 3-4-3 by playing a 2-3-2, and so on. Secondly, the 8 versus 8 enables the players to replicate many of the tactical functions which occur in the 11v11 game. For example, the 3-3-1 allows the fullbacks to overlap as they do in a 4-4-2. Playing a 2-4-1 allows the simulation of a defending midfielder and an attacking midfielder in a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2. It enables the two center backs to practice playing alongside each other as they do in a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2. The 3-2-2 allows outside backs to get forward as they do in the 4-3-3. Players are allowed the opportunity to exercise the technical functions they perform in a game. The field is large enough that there will be a certain amount of heading for center backs, changing the point of attack with long balls for midfielders, and patterned counterattacks, none of which happens with any frequency in playing numbers below 8v8. The 8 versus 8 model is a good system for intra-squad practices. Many teams are made up of 16 to 18 players, and it is easy, with some flexibility, to accommodate all the players in the squad in an 8v8 game. The 8 versus 8 is an intermediary step in the learning process for coaches in reading and analyzing the game. Reading the game is a critical skill for a coach, and it is at the heart of Nscaa education. Coaches who cannot analyze the game will never be able to truly help players improve, because the game is where the strengths and weaknesses of the individual players, the units within the team, and the team as a whole are truly revealed. The Nscaa has long recognized that the skill of reading the game is best learned progressively, beginning with the 6v6 game at the national level and ending with the 11v11 game at the Premier Diploma. The 8v8, as used in the Nscaa Advanced National Diploma, is the intermediary step between the simple and complex and is an excellent format for teaching coaches the important skill of reading the game. The Nscaa as an organization is dedicated to improving the skills and developmental capacities of its member coaches. This DVD is one of many vehicles, along with live coaching courses, online programming, and the Nscaa Journal, that the Nscaa uses to introduce knowledge and insights for the coaching community. We hope that you've enjoyed this DVD and, most importantly, it will help you develop and improve the players under your supervision and, ultimately, the game itself.
Okay, boys, let's go. We're going to take a look now at the, What system in an 8 versus 8 would you recommend coaches use for a 4-4-2, for example, to simulate a 4-4-2?
Could you repeat the You can't spring a question up.